Specimen of an Induction to a Poem. Lo, I must tell a tale of chivalry, for large white plumes are dancing in mine eye, not like the formal crest of latter days, but bending in 1,000 graceful ways, so graceful that it seems no mortal hand, or e'en the touch of Archimagos' wand, could charm them into such an attitude. We must think, rather than in playful mood, some mountain breeze had turned its chief delight, to show this wonder of its gentle might. Lo, I must tell a tale of chivalry, for while I muse, the lance points slantingly athwart the morning air. Some lady sweet, who cannot feel for her cold her tender field, from the worn top of some old battlement hails it with tears her stout defender sent, and from her own pure self no joy dissembling, wraps round her ample robe with happy trembling. Sometimes, when the good knight his rest would take, it is reflected clearly in a lake, with the young ashen boughs 'gainst which it rests, and the half-seen mossiness of linnets' nests. Ah, shall I ever tell its cruelty, when the fire flashes from a warrior's eye, and his tremendous hand is grasping it, and his dark brow for very wrath is knit? Or when his spirit, with more calm intent, leaps to the honours of a tournament, and makes the gazers round about the ring stare at the grandeur of the balancing? No, no, this is grand far off. Then how shall I revive the dying tones of minstrelsy, which linger yet about lone Gothic arches in dark green ivy and among wild larches? How sing the splendour of the revelries when butts of wine are drunk off to the lees, and that bright lance against the fretted wall beneath the shade of stately bannerol is slung with shiny cuirass, sword and shield, where ye may see a spur and bloody field, light-footed damsels move in gentle paces round the wide hall and show their happy faces, or stand in courtly talk by fives and sevens like those fair stars that twinkle in the heavens. Yet must I tell a tale of chivalry, or wherefore comes the steed so proudly by? Wherefore more proudly does the gentle knight reign in the swelling of his ample might? Spenser, thy brows are arched, open, kind, and come like a clear sunrise to my mind. And always does my heart with pleasure dance when I think on thy noble countenance, where never yet was aught more earthly seen than the pure freshness of thy laurels green. Therefore, great bard, I not so flaily call on thy gentle spirit to hover nigh. My daring steps are of thy tender care, thus startled unaware, be jealous that the foot of other wight should madly follow that bright path of light. Traced by thy loved libertas, he will speak, and tell thee that my prayer is very meek, that I will follow with due reverence, and start with awe at mine own strange pretence. Him thou wilt hear, so I will rest in hope, to see wide plains, fair trees, and lawny slope, the morn, the eve, the light, the shade, the flowers, clear streams, smooth lakes, and overlooking towers.